I had lived in my countryside home for 7 peaceful years. My property sat on 3 acres of open land, far outside the jurisdiction of any homeowners association. Or so I thought. One Tuesday morning, I was served with a thick envelope. Lawsuit summons. The plaintiff? Karen Whitfield, president of the Maple Ridge HOA. According to her claim, my house was technically part of her HOA due to a decades-old map, and I owed 7 years' worth of dues, plus fines for fence height violations and non-approved landscaping. It was absurd. I wasn't in her neighborhood. I didn't use their roads. I didn't attend their meetings. Yet here she was, suing me in county court. When I called her to ask why, she said smugly, "We're expanding our coverage. It's nothing personal. You'll thank me later." I hung up the phone, already planning her downfall. I spent the next 2 days combing through county records. I wanted proof that my property was outside her HOA's boundaries. What I found was even better. The Maple Ridge HOA was still operating under a 40-year-old charter, one that hadn't been updated to comply with the state's revised HOA regulations. And tucked away in those new laws was a golden rule: if an HOA fails to renew its charter according to updated standards, it can be dissolved with a simple petition. Karen didn't just have no claim over my land, she had no legal right to run the HOA at all. I contacted a lawyer friend who specialized in real estate law. After a quick review, he smiled and said, "This is going to be fun. We can end her HOA in a single afternoon." The day of the court hearing arrived. Karen strutted in wearing a tailored suit, carrying a binder thicker than a phone book. She sat across from me, smirking as if she'd already won. The judge asked her to state her case. She went on for 10 minutes about community standards, property values, and protecting the integrity of the neighborhood. When it was my turn, I stood up and handed the judge a 3-page document. It contained 1. Proof that my property was outside HOA boundaries. 2. County records showing the Maple Ridge HOA's outdated, non-compliant charter. 3. A signed petition from 5 HOA members, gathered that very morning, requesting immediate dissolution under state law. The judge skimmed the papers, raised an eyebrow, and looked at Karen. "Mrs. Whitfield, it appears your HOA no longer exists, as of 3 minutes ago, when this petition was filed." Her jaw literally dropped. The courtroom erupted in murmurs. Karen's lawyer whispered frantically to her, but it was no use. The judge banged the gavel and declared the case dismissed, and the HOA dissolved. In one stroke, Karen went from president of a neighborhood dictatorship to just another homeowner with no power over anyone. By the time I left the courthouse, residents of Maple Ridge were already texting me thanks. Some even invited me over for a beer. Turns out, most of them hated Karen's constant fines and petty rules. Within days, the neighborhood was free. No more mandatory lawn inspections, no more ridiculous paint color approvals, no more Karen. A week later, I drove through Maple Ridge just to see the changes. Kids were riding bikes without helmets, people were putting up fences that didn't match, and one guy had even painted his garage door neon green, just because he could. Karen? She avoided me completely. I heard she was trying to start a neighborhood watch, but without legal authority, it was just her standing on the sidewalk glaring at people. As for me, I went home, poured myself a coffee, and hung a little wooden sign on my porch. Proudly outside any HOA. Karen thought she could drag me into her world. Instead, I ended hers in less than 5 minutes. And I didn't just win for me, I won for everyone she ever bullied.